What's up, everybody? Alexander Fibonacci here, and today we got some major news that can either propel the markets up or make them come crashing down 50 to 100 points today. So it really just depends, but I'm going to show you how you'll actually know if the market's going to go up or down and what you need to keep track of to see this. Guys, the big news today is policy shift, and I think their goals for inflation rate, I think they're targeting 2% for the next 10 years. I got to read that over again because I got too excited because I want to look at the charts, man, not what percent are they targeting for inflation and stuff. Because what you want to do is see how are the charts reacting, because the charts are going to tell you how you're actually going to make money off this. So pretty much last night too, we get huge news. Japan's longest prime minister, he resigns from work because supposedly of health issues. So when that news is released, Japan market drops 800 points in like 10 minutes, guys. Now you have to realize on the S&P 500, we have not experienced any crazy move yet so far. And that just means that we can absolutely have this move going into the market open, or it just can be a little bit delayed. So the thing you need to keep out for, look out for, is the US dollar. And you can see right here, we're at the very bottom of the risk range for the US dollar. Guys, we have not been this low. So this chart is not refreshed. It's not fully updated. Like I'll refresh it here. It just is not updated. But this candle, well, now we're actually all the way down here. So at the very bottom of the US dollar chart. And now we need to see, is the US dollar gonna start a new risk range, or are we gonna stay in this risk range we've been in trading? And which means we only have upside for the US dollar right now, right? So if we move up on the US dollar, the market's going to start dropping. And the best part about this is that the US dollar dropped so much, yet the market only went up like 10 to 15 points. So that's huge because we can get some serious profits on the downside today, especially if the US dollar is going to recover into the risk range we've been trading at. Now, if we obviously make a new risk range, we're going to have to wait and see what is our new risk range and how are we going to trade that. And I couldn't tell you how are we going to trade that yet because it hasn't happened. But what I do know now is that we are not completely out of this risk range and we can trade it knowing that. So we can take some serious gains on the S&P 500 futures. 800 points on the NKD would probably be like 50 to 100 point drop today here on the S&P 500 futures. So you need to be ready for that. On top of that, guys, we're gapping up this morning, and when things gap up, a lot of the times they like to test what they were trading at the previous day. So we can seriously get some quick moves to the downside, and I can't lie, this market is on complete steroids, obviously, because we keep pumping money into the economy and everything, but that is not to say that there's not going to be some quick moves to the downside. And the great thing about puts, guys, is that things drop way faster than they recover. So you can get in and get out with huge profits, and you don't need to stay in the trade long. So that's what's so good about that. And guys, this could be a huge day coming ahead. So now you understand how the US dollar and Japanese market are going to affect us. And now you can make So if you watched the last video, we got a few trades planned: BKNG, Amazon, S&P 500. We got the bearish reversal candle forming on BKNG. Now, guys, these are the ideal market conditions for a short seller when we're at our all-time highs, but the US dollar has significant room to recover. I mean, look at this is the range we have. We're at the very bottom of it, and we have this much to recover, guys. So much room for the US dollar to improve, whereas the economy or the market has way less room to move up. So guys, you have a way better risk to reward ratio on the short side today. Now, not to say you can't make money on calls. You're going to want to catch things at the bottom, and things are not going to move straight up or straight down. So of course, anyone can make money in this market condition as long as you know what to do. So I'll show you one thing to look for right now as I'm speaking. I mean, you're actually probably asleep during the time of this video, but say the US dollar comes back down here, we can double bottom there, and that would be a great time to hop on some puts, right? Because now the US dollar, once it double bottoms here, will go up and then the market will go down. So it's simple correlations like this that you got to understand to make better educated decisions. And just knowing that there's so much more upside potential on the dollar, but there's not that much upside potential on the S&P 500, guys, that is just, full on proof, full on explanation right there of why there's so much potential on the downside today. And knowing that the Prime Minister, finance, whatever, in Japan resigned today, guys, this could be a crazy day. So now you understand the reasoning behind everything here, I think. You realize, the Japanese stock market and U.S. stock market are pretty similar. And, it's not out of the question or ordinary to see that 50 to 100 point drop today. So be ready for it. This could be crazy today. And make sure you are reacting based off what the charts are telling you. And we already went over what the charts are telling us right now. But you got to see when you wake up and it's time for you to trade, what are the stock charts saying? Because, for me, I'm looking at the chart and I'm waiting for this double bottom to get in possibly. That could be sweet trade right there. But when you wake up, it's going to be over here by 8:30. Things could be looking different. So make sure you make your own educated decisions. And guys, remember that if you do not understand necessarily, this whole thing, what's going on, the economic boom and bust of Japan in the 90s, I'm going to actually post a video of that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get educated and really understand what's going on with the value of the dollar and how that's, propelling or dropping the market, because that's extremely important, guys. Super good day today if you know what you're doing. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I would definitely love to get to that. And you know what? I was just about to end the video until I stumble upon yet again a great factor for the short sellers today. And guys, we've already went over the market conditions and look at this uptrend in VIX. I mean, we went over it in the last video how we've been making higher lows and higher highs on the VIX, and it could seriously be a trend reversal. So downside potential is absolutely huge on the S&P 500, and you have to realize that the market is moving up right now, but so is the VIX. So that's a huge divergence where, if you're not paying attention to this in the morning, like me, you're going to miss out on some huge factors that is actually going to be moving the market. Say, like, look right now, the S&P 500 is moving up. We're gapping up in the morning, yet we look at the VIX, and you see how it's doing post-market, it's also moving up. So that's huge. That's going to be a great time to hop in on short side, especially when the market opens. And, this is a nice recovery. You want to see this thing recover so you can hop in, buy some cheaper puts, and ride it down. So we got US dollar on the favor to the down. US dollar has more favor to the upside, which means the market has more favor to the downside. And then we got the VIX moving up while the market's moving up. So, dude, things can get crazy today, so make sure you're ready for it. Entries and exits are going to be the most important, especially if you're trading Friday options today. So remember that. And, buying some options that expire next week on Friday would not be a bad idea because this could be the first of many down days coming here. So be ready for it. We got a lot to look forward to, and I'm super excited for today. Alright, if you stuck around this long into the video, give yourself a pat on the back because you already know more than 99% of the people going into the market today, and you could be extremely profitable if you take what we learned, which is we need to keep track of the US dollar risk range. We need to be looking at the S&P 500 and the VIX together, and through that we can come up with some seriously good divergencies, some super good, trades that are going to form on the charts before they actually even happen. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see these things before they happen if you're looking at all three of these at the same time. And with all that being said, make sure you don't forget to subscribe to the channel because you're not going to want to miss out on analysis and stuff like this before the market opens. That's going to make you so much more prepared than the other traders. Guys, today could be a crazy good day, and now you know how to trade it. So with that being said, I'm Alexander Fibonacci. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.